shall we?
The truth is that I already knew the gospel, right? But I wasn't going to church for a long time. And my father was going to the Grace of God Church. So on a certain occasion, when I was facing difficulties, he signed me up as a sponsor.
We are 4 sisters. I'm the oldest one. Tanya is the youngest.
Until the day when I decided to come to the Grace of God Church. And that was when I started sponsoring. It's been around 9 years, I guess, that I came back to the church. I was in a very difficult situation, a hard financial situation. I didn't have even the basic things.
So we were constantly helping her, right? We helped her with food. We'd bring her food. She had a young daughter.
At the time I was finishing college, it took me a long time to complete the course of accounting.
There were times when she couldn't afford her studies. Even with scholarship, she still didn't have money to pay her studies.
It was very hard for me to finish my studies, except for the last semester. That's when I say the hand of God was starting to operate in my life.
She was lacking God, right? In the presence of God in her life, right? And so when she sought the Lord, she made it. She finished her university.
So I started to participate in the campaigns at church. I started to go often. And then I took my kids as well. After around 2 years that I was there, I was a faithful sponsor. I was honoring my commitment. And in that moment, that was when I was given the opportunity of working part-time at a car dealership. They wanted me to cover someone's maternity leave there. I was supposed to be there for a few months, but I ended up working 2 years there. Later, I found a job at another office that hired me part-time as well. And during those 2 years, more or less, I worked at these 2 places, plus with my own clients. I started searching for my own clients, right? I had a dream of having my own office. And so the first step when I participated in a campaign, they said, if you're dreaming you want something, start putting it into practice. So I made a business card, and from then on I started to give it to people at meetings. I'd give people my card, and that was when I saw God moving in my life. Today, it's been around 5 years that I have my own office. It's me and one other person. And I have 2 people who work outside of the office. They do all kinds of services for me.
We would say to her, go on, you can do this.
So a year after I started my business, God doubled my clients.
Sometimes we go to her and ask for help, right? So today, I think there is a greater chance of her helping us than the opposite.
In the first year of work, I was able to travel abroad. And I was full of debts before. I didn't even have food to eat. And prosperity isn't just financial, it's at home too. I have peace. I get along with my kids.
It is only by the hand of God, right? It transforms what we do, our families and what we do.
I had to reach the bottom of the pit. I had to become unemployed, to not have food at home, to depend on others in order to come back to God.
We see that today she's completely different, right? She changed completely. She's a godly woman, for sure.
I'm so thankful to God, and the way I can give it back to Him is by talking about His love and what He has done for me, and how, through my testimony, I believe it's the best way I can honor Him, my God.
Wow, Jesus, you are amazing.